here today to throw that switch behind me for the county's first building that has solar panels on it generating electricity. We're very excited about this, and we're here also to celebrate the great partnership that we pulled together to be able to have this day happen. We were hoping we'd also be welcoming and have an appearance from the sun, but that doesn't appear to be going in the works today. So, but visualize yesterday, and I think you'll get the picture here. Where we are right now is, many of you are familiar with this, but this is where the county brings all its solid waste, its paper, bottles, hazardous, household hazardous waste, batteries, the works, and 1 million people can generate an awful lot of those things, and this is where most of it comes. We're very busy, and if you haven't had a tour of all of the things going on here, I really encourage that, because it's a very impressive operation, very efficient and effective. We're a model in the country for how to deal with our solid waste. But today we're not here to talk about solid waste. But what we are here to talk about is something that the county executive has been a leader in, as well as all of the solid waste issues and the environmental issues, a leader in clean energy and green jobs. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So I'd like you to welcome the county executive, Ike Gleggett.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank all of you for joining us at our solid waste transfer station. This is the heart of the county's state-of-the-art solid waste collection system. And next door is where we do a great deal of our recycling, which I think is a model for the country. But today, we are taking this facility to the next level of making it a site for the county's first large-scale solar project. Montgomery County has been a leader in promoting renewable energy for a long time. 30% of the county's government's energy comes from wind energy, helping us to stimulate markets for large-scale plants. But equally important is stimulating markets for on-site energy sources where the energy is used where it is actually generated. Traditionally, solar projects have been very expensive and difficult to justify in times of tight budgets, as we have today. To solve this problem, we brought together a team of the county's Department of Environmental Protection, the Northeast Maryland Waste Disposal Authority, and the Maryland Energy Administration to find workable solutions that could drive investment in solar and create cost savings for the county. We developed one of the largest projects of this type in the state. We put our energy purchase power to work, and the private sector brought their investment expertise and project management skills to the table as well. Here's how this arrangement now works. The Maryland-based SunEdison built the system, organized financing, and is maintaining the system as well. The county, through our partner, the Northeast Maryland Waste Disposal Authority, signed a contract for electricity from the system for 20 years and agreed to host the system. By using a third party, the county took advantage of federal tax credits to reduce the total cost of the system and avoid upfront costs thanks to the Project Sunburst grant from the Maryland Energy Administration. The county wins by securing predictable and low-cost power while reducing our collective dependency on the grid and coal-fired electricity. The system itself consists of about 1,250 solar panels made in the United States. Collectively, the system is expected to generate an estimated 350,000 kilowatt hours for the first year and will generate 6.5 million kilowatt hours over the next 20 years. And the county will save an estimated $200,000 in operating costs over the 20 years. Finally, the county incorporated a novel mechanism to secure environmental benefits from the system that equates to offsetting approximately 300 tons of carbon dioxide emissions annually. That's about 60 automobiles. I fully expect that this will be the first of many installations on county facilities as we move forward to find ways to use our purchasing power to stimulate clean technologies while providing long-term cost environmental benefits to our community. The solar panel project here represents another breakthrough and reflects the commitment we have to renewable energy as the right thing for the environment, for our economy, and for our residents as well. I want to thank our partners for helping us to make this project a reality for the benefit of our residents and the environment. And this model will serve as a focal point for other facilities that are not necessarily county projects, but private sector projects as well. We've demonstrated how it can work. We have a clear indication of its purchasing power and its savings ability, and we look forward to using this model as a stepping stone for many others throughout the county. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Leggett. Next, we'll hear from Malcolm Woolf, who's the director of the Maryland Energy Administration, and we'll talk about the funding details that the county executive just summarized. Malcolm.
Thank you. Good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me here today. I am Malcolm Woolf, Director of the Maryland Energy Administration, and I'm pleased to be here to ceremoniously flip that switch for more solar power in Maryland. For those of you who are not aware, this project is part of a larger initiative called Project Sunburst, which was designed to help enable governments across Maryland to make investments in clean, renewable energy resources with no upfront costs that are going to save money from the very first day. 17 government entities have received funding under this program. Project Sunburst has been incredibly successful. By working with our awardees in private industry, we were able to use our $9.3 million in much-needed federal stimulus money to leverage an additional $36 million of private sector investments to make a much bigger project. It's a 4-to-1 leverage to make more jobs and more renewable energy in Maryland. This project is a perfect example of how that partnership works, where Maryland Energy Administration, Montgomery County, and SunEdison work together to install nearly 1,250 US-made solar panels on the roof of the building behind me today. Statewide, Project Sunburst has led to the installation of 9.3 megawatts of new renewable generation, which is nearly double what we were when we announced this program a year ago. It's approximately 40,000 U.S. manufactured panels are being installed on buildings throughout, public buildings throughout Maryland, and reducing energy bills for 17 different governments. Project Sunburst also contributed directly to the creation of more than 80 Maryland jobs, helping to partner the innovation economy here in Maryland. And I would like to give a shout out to Kevin Lucas, my colleague in the back here, who has helped run this program on behalf of the Maryland Energy Administration. I am honored to be able to serve Governor O'Malley, who really gets the sense that Maryland needs to be smart, green, and growing with a clean energy future. And I'm pleased to be able to award citations to our partners here. Let me just read you what these citations say. On behalf of Governor O'Malley from the state of Maryland, I am pleased to be able to award Montgomery County's Department of Environmental Protection, be it known on behalf of the citizens of this state, in recognition of a special tribute to honor and celebrate the occasion of Montgomery Solar Facility ribbon-cutting ceremony, with sincere congratulations on the creation of this new solar facility, which will provide approximately 345,000 kilowatt hours annually and over 6 million megawatt hours over the initial 20-year project, as well as to helping to meet our environmental and energy challenges today and tomorrow. We are pleased to confer upon you this governor's citation. Thank you. And I'm pleased to be able to award the Northeast Maryland Waste Disposal Authority and SunEdison similar citations. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
On behalf of Governor O'Malley, thank you for going green.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Malcolm. And I'd like Eric Kaufman to come up and take this, who worked very hard, and Eileen Kao, please come up and They're from our staff, Peter. While we're handing out the certificates, they should go to the people who work the hardest.
Thank you.
Peter.
Thank you. Well done.
Next, I'd like you to welcome Robin Davidoff from the Authority. You've heard about the important contribution that she played in pulling all the partners together. They were truly a great contract manager for this. It would not have happened without their help. So, Robin.
Hello. I'd just like to say that this successful project was not easy, and it took the talents and dedication of many people. I want to particularly recognize Dan Locke, our board member from Montgomery County, and Eric Kaufman, who provided his expertise and support. Tara Lynn Brooks was generous with her time and assistance. Andrew Kays is an assiduous project manager who did everything from complex contract negotiations to rooftop inspections. Andrew's on vacation this week, and we wish him a well-deserved rest. The Authority would like to recognize the Governor and Director Woolf for their efforts in developing renewable energy here in Maryland through their forward-thinking renewable portfolio standards created under the government's tenure and the creation and management of the Sunburst Grant. We all know that to reach our goal of significant reduction in fossil fuel use requires multiple sources of energy and conservation. Montgomery County recognizes that the solution to today's energy challenges do not rest in one fuel type. The county has embraced a progressive energy management goal and actively seeks to find different ways to offset the energy impact we have on everyday life. Lastly, I'd like to acknowledge the staff of Montgomery County, Covanta Montgomery, Maryland Environmental Service, the Authority, and private sector waste professionals who do such a fine job of managing the county's recyclables and refuse every day on this campus and at other locations. I wish for you many safe and sunny days ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. Thanks, Robin. And now we will hear from Sud Edison, Franny Uhas, who's her panel's up there, and it's too bad we couldn't all get up there, but there's, as everybody said, there's 1,250 panels and not a lot of room to walk around on, and no railing. So you'll have to just take a look at the picture, but it's an impressive sight.
Thank you all for coming. Executive Leggett, Mr. Hoyt, Mrs. Davidoff, Mr. Woolf, Mr. Kaufman, Mr. Lucas, Robin was right. I have to just reiterate, there are so many pieces that have to come together to a project like this. And I want to thank the Northeast Maryland Waste Disposal Authority and the county for their leadership in having the vision and bringing this project to fruition. It has been, Sun Edison's has one mission, and that is to mainstream the use of solar energy, and that is to make it a viable energy resource for our utility, government, and commercial customers. Since 2004, we have implemented over 260 megawatts of capacity globally. We have created significant programs for municipalities, government, federal government, state government, as well as major school systems, including the Montgomery County Public School System right here. So it is with the vision and the leadership of the team that you see here today that we hope, of course, this is just the first of many, but it's with the authority's leadership that they had the vision to go seek out facilities that they already managed to see how they could make them even more efficient and make solar energy a competitive renewable resource. And that took a lot of time and effort, and yes, Andrew Kays also deserves a lot of that effort and attention to detail. And we thank you all for coming, and again, hope that this is just the beginning.